Good morning, boys and girls. I am going to record a story for you so you can look at it whenever you'd like. You can read it with me in the afternoon, or you can read it as a bedtime story tonight if you would like, or in the morning, however you see fit. And there's lots of other videos on my YouTube that you can see from other years. I'm going to read you today The Silly Goose's Big Story. And this is the title, right? It starts here, Silly Goose's Big Story. And the author's name is Kiko Kayaski. And this is the front, and this is the back. And this part right here is called the spine. And remember, a spine holds all the pages together, so it doesn't have a bunch of different sheets. It keeps it together. So when I open my book, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Take a look at the front. Look who this is. Who does this look like right here? Does he look like he's going to be a nice guy? What do you think? This guy looks like a wolf. And there's the goose right up there. He's got a cape on and he's got a crown. So do you think that this is a real story, or do you think it's make-believe? What do you think? Maybe we'll come back to that when we're all done reading. So let's read Silly Goose's Big Story. All right, I'm going to turn you so you'll be able to see this a little bit better. Ready? It starts out right here. And when we begin reading, we're going to start with this big G right there. It says, Goose made up great stories. His friends would always beg him, "Tell us a story, Goose." Do you have anybody that you like to hear stories read by? Maybe your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa. Sometimes even big brothers and big sisters are good people to read with. Here we go. One day, Goose said, "Once upon a time, there was a fierce pirate. Soon they were all sailing the 7 seas together, looking for treasures, and Goose was the captain, the fiercest of them all." So there's Goose and his friend, and these are his friends. How many friends are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and then another day, Goose said, "Once upon a time, there was a scary dinosaur, and soon they were all roaming the earth together, hunting and howling, and naturally, Goose was the T-Rex, the scariest of them all." Then another day, Goose said, "Once upon a time, there was a mighty king, and soon they were marching through the towns and hills, together conquering the world. And who got to play the king? The mightiest of all. Why, Goose, of course." How do you think that made his friends feel? That he was always getting to be the hero. Do you think it made him happy or sad? What do you think? Let's see what happens. "Wait a minute, Goose," said Beaver. "You always play the hero. Why can't we take turns?" "Yeah," said Porcupine. "I'd like to be the hero sometime." "Me too," said Squirrel. "No way," said Goose. "I always play the hero. Come on, keep marching." Look at their faces. The 3 friends think that they should take turns being the hero. Do you think that's fair? I think so. Let's see what happens. "That's selfish," said his friends, but Goose wouldn't give in. "They were my story, so I'm the hero," he insisted. They were so busy arguing that they didn't seem to notice that someone was listening. Who was listening? Who is that? Why, the wolf, of course. What do we know about wolves? Remember in the story about the 3 little pigs? What did the wolf want to do to the piggies? So what do you think the wolf wants to do to these guys? Think about it. Let's continue. Suddenly the big wolf shouted, "Hello, lunch!" And they all screamed and they ran. Poor Goose tripped on his royal cape. Wolf scooped him up in an instant. Oh, the wolf got the goose. So you're the hero, huh? The wolf chuckled. More like a hero sandwich to me. Goose was in big trouble, and he had to think fast. Finally, he had an idea. Mr. Wolf, Goose said, I'm so glad that I found you. You're in great danger. Is that so? The wolf laughed. How? Oh, well, let me tell you. What was he good at? Goose was good at telling stories. So let's see what happened. Goose began to tell his biggest story he had ever told. Once upon a time, there were thousands of happy wolves living on the mountain. Said the wolf. And then one day, oh goodness, what was his name? Oh yeah, Wham showed up. And Goose, said Goose. Wham? Who's that? Oh, Wham is short for wolf-eating monster. See all the wolves they used to play on the mountain? Goose is trying to trick that old wolf. See what happens. You're not going to believe it. Goose continued. He was wandering around saying, yum, yum, I smell wolf. And when he found one, he popped it into his mouth like a peanut. Oh, you're lying, said Wolf. But he was starting to look worried. It's true, Mr. Wolf, said Goose. Do you see thousands of wolves here? And this is the worst part. Wham is back. Oh, and just at that moment, the trees started to shake. And they heard loud footprints. Boom, 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 boom. What was that? Said the wolf. Oh, and soon spikes appeared over top of the treetops. It couldn't be, said Wolf. And then in a deep voice, he heard, yum, yum, I smell a wolf. It's Wham, cried the goose. And the wolf dropped the goose like a hot potato, and he took off running, and he never looked back. Did it work? Did Wham scare the wolf? It did, didn't it? And there he goes. Whew. Goose was relieved, but not for long. Something definitely was coming. Oh, it was getting closer and closer and closer. Then from behind the trees there came... Oh, what do you think? Did you think Wham is real? Do you think he's going to want to eat Goose? Let's see. It was his fierce-looking friends. Yum, yum, I smell a wolf. They were growling together, and Goose shouted with relief, Oh, you guys, you're Wham? Yep, I shook the trees, said Squirrel. The footsteps were me, slapping my tail, said Beaver. I was Wham's hair, said Porcupine. Hey, you know what? Beaver shouted suddenly. We finally got to play the heroes. Play the heroes, said Goose. Ha! You are the heroes. You saved me. Tell us another story, Goose. The friends begged as they walked home. Okay, I've got a good one, said Goose. Once upon a time, there was a silly goose who had the 3 greatest friends in the world. The end. Did you like that story? That was a really good one. That was a good story about friends and sharing with your friends. And it's not fair for one person to get to be the leader all the time. Sometimes you have to take turns, just like us at school. We take turns playing with toys, and that's such a good thing. All right. You know what I'd like you to do for me? Draw me a picture about the story we just read. Maybe you want to draw a picture of the friends. You could draw a picture of the goose and the beaver, the porcupine and the squirrel. Or maybe you would like to draw a picture of what you like to do with your friends and tell a story about it. And mom or dad or grandma or grandpa can write it down and send a picture to me. I would love to see it. You know how I love artwork. Okay, guys, until another time, I'll see you soon. Bye.